Hello, TMG members. This is Alphan Lead or Alphan Lead Top Fan 5, whatever you know me as. Um, that's if you know me. I'm just going to quickly sort of do a show of what I'm going to teach. Thanks to Sanya teaching me how to do the gun clip to controller, I figured out when a friend of mine, Nikolai, asked me to do the ARX, custom animate the ARX for him, that the way Infinity Ward does it, and probably the way Treyarch does it as well, is connecting both tag clip and the clip controller with the big rectangle box here and the little small one here, which I always have trouble clicking. Yeah, those two to the hand together, and basically have no issues. So that's the hand clip connected to the clip controller. So you would, like, just out of curiosity, just literally drag that, oops, sort of, yeah, go into the little box, take that off too, and sort of take the hand where it's connected to it and sort of just, I'm not going to place it massively around the hand because it's just literally a quick show of what you can do basically. So just pretend that's all set up lovely for a thing. I know it's not amazing, and just like sort of S it on one. I'm just going to do that, and then go into the little controller and hit 2 and sort of bring that to the hand. Or there, and S that. So now when I grab hold of the clip and that, I can get it so it follows the hand, turns with the hand, like such and so forth. So if I wanted to do, I don't know, that, and sort of, yeah. And then obviously we're putting the mag back in, which we're going to move this one over here just for the sake of it. Just say that that's where the reload starts. No, it doesn't, but just sort of use your imagination for this tiny bit. Pretend it's like down here somewhere and you can't see the hand or anything. So when you've got the clip out the way and you've done your reloads, pretend that, yeah, just sort of bring that this way. Yep, it's done. It's reloaded. Yada yada yada. And now you want to move on to the second clip to put the gun in. So what you would do, let's just S that a minute. I'm going to try something. Sort of flick it through to 5. You'll see what I'm going to do in a minute. And then go in, and I don't even know what I'm doing. Let's brief period in time. Where did that little square go? There it is. Put that back to 0. Now, putting it back to 0 will automatically default it back to where it was. But as soon as I put grab clip to 1, it will automatically pull it there, like that. And I'm just gonna, in this frame, I'm gonna get the hand to okay, I'll try something a little different. Don't usually do this, but go back into the little square bit, change that to 0 for a second, sort of get the hand to attach to the box. So kind of like that, and then go back into this little square thing and change the grab clip to 1. And I knew it would do that. Sort of drag that into the hand, like that. Don't know why I'm demonstrating this. Half of you probably already know this as it is, but I just like to demonstrate before I go on to the tutorial. Okay, so now if I go back to 1, it's there. Now if I flick through, it automatically goes from the small clip, which is if I go back to 1 and go back to, where's TMG gone? Yeah, take this off 1 and put TMG on 2. Okay, so if I S this by hitting TMG and S that there, and then go to 5, where it automatically connects to tag clip controller. So if I go to 2, sort of S that there, so, and then go to 5, take off TMG to 0, and then put this to 1, or that, and S that. So now what it'll do is it'll come out and snap to that box there, and then I would use this box here. So if I just go to like 10, I'm only doing this like as a very quick tutorial, just to show you what this actually does. And then, yeah, it's taken 6 minutes to do so. So, and just bung that in the gum like that. I know it's not fully in, and I know it's not fully right, but obviously I would not animate like this. But yeah. And then once you finish doing your animation, you would hit the little box again, hit grab clip, push S, and then 11, go to 0, and push S again. And that should, there we go. So now basically what it would do is you've taken it out of the gun, and then it goes in, snaps, and snaps to the gun. Yeah, as I was saying, it's not the perfect animation, but yeah, you kind of get what I mean, hopefully. Yeah. So now I'm going to show you how to do that. Right. Okay. So let's exit out of this and don't save it, because I've done a little rig already set up. It's called K7 Victor. Right. So that's taken 7 minutes. I'll try and do as quick as possible explaining this in here. Right. So what I'm going to do now is, it's already set up for me, so I've got the rig in, I've got the clips in the right spot already. They're not binded yet though, I'll just put them in the right spot to save me a little bit of time. Right, so what you would do is go to your def mesh arms, your tag view, tag ADS, tag torso, tag weapon. That's where you've got to pull it, so it's usually down here when you first start. Just hold the middle scroll wheel and drag and drop into tag weapon, and it will automatically put it in here. Fucking hell, Infinity Ward, how many? Anyway, never mind, I'm not putting that in game like that anyway. I'm bloody glad I'm not. Jesus Christ, how many fucking tags? Right, so what we'll do, we're going to go into the constraint while holding that and holding magazine. We're going to constraint, parent, don't hit the parent, hit the little box, sort of hit main set, main set off and on, and then just push apply. I don't know if you have to do that, just the way Sanya did it. I just copy exactly what he did, because it works. So now you see it's up and down. Now let's do the little tiny box here, that magazine, constraint, parent. He didn't do it for that one, so I'm not doing it for that one. Now they're both connected, like so. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into this little box here, and there's only grab clip, but if you go into the one up here where the recycle bin is, where my mouse is, if you go here and click this one, you've got I can't pronounce that word, so I'm just going to call it at. If you go to the at, and then go to add at, and you can name the aptitude name whatever you want, so I'm going to name it in capital letters TMG, just for the sake of the tutorial. Push OK. And now if you go to left hand controller and go to here, you've got a TMG little icon here, little thing. So what we're going to do, very simple, what we're going to do is this. So we've now got these both selected, so we go to animate and set driven key set. Now if you can't see this, it'll be on polygons or something, so you just want to make sure your tab is on animations and go to animate, and yeah. Right, don't know what I'm doing a tutorial for. I'm pretty sure half of you lot all know how to use Maya. Like to try and distress it as much as I possibly can. So now you want to go to your magazine. There'll be a little sort of plus. You click that and you hit the constraint joint, and that will be your driven, and your driver will be the little box here. So you would hit load driver, not grab clip in TMG. I start with TMG because I find it works easier that way. So what you would do now is you'll select your TMG one, which should be the top one, and sort of go and open up all these. Don't actually need to open up all these yet, but I want to open them all up. And once you've done that, you go all the way down to your magazine, and some unknown apparent reason it's not showing right. There we are. So you want to take clip to controller and change it to 2, and change clip controller W to 0, like that. And then make sure, if you go into your clip controller, make sure TMG is set to 2 as well, like that, and then push key. Should see a result 1 come up at the bottom if it worked right. Now change TMG to 0, and the magazine back here to 0, like that, push key, and now with that being a 0, that shouldn't move nothing, like that. And if you change TMG to 2, it should move it. So there you go. So that's now set up with that. Now to do the same thing, but to grab clip. So you want to use this, and then you want to go back into the magazine one, and won't you just change the 2, you want to change to 0 now, and then do the clip controller W1 to 1, like that, and then go and change your tag clip in the little box to 1, but well, make sure this stays at 0, and then that's 1, like that, and then key it, and it should go a sort of yellowy colour, like that. Did I set that to 1? I did set that to 1. So theoretically that should be 1. Okay. Just making sure, sometimes it has reset itself when you do that, so you just got to go back and hit 1 and push enter again. Now you go back to your controller, clip controller, change that to 0, enter, and go back to your magazine and go to 0, enter, and then key it. So basically exactly the same procedure on both ones, except you're doing it on a different controller. So now with 0, that shouldn't do anything, and neither should this, which they don't. But if you change this little beauty to 1, like this, it should now move this, like that. See? So what we've effectively done is changed grab clip to work, and we've changed TMG to work with this, like that. So now that's all set up beautifully and works, we want to go on to what I would call the hard bit. It's not exactly the hard bit, but like, it's frustrating, this bit. Well, I find it frustrating. So now you've got to do this. Now follow this bit very carefully, because this bit's a bitch. Right, okay, so you want to select your little dot. You want to get rid of this as well. You want to select your little dot, and then go into what we opened up earlier, and you want to click the group, not the like clip controller. You want to hit the group. So we're going to do TMG first, which should be the gun to clip controller. So we're going to hit that and that, like that. Hit constrain parent, and you can tell that worked because it didn't move the hand around, and you've got a little exclamation mark in the parent there. So now you do exactly the same to the controller here. So constrain apparent. So you got 2 1s there. Now this bit is the bit that got me when I first tried it. To get it to move properly, you need to go back into this for one. And you basically now just want to go to here. So we want to start with this one first. But to do that, you need to make sure the clip controller one is zeroed, so it doesn't move anything. So just make sure that's zeroed. Now go back to this one, the one that you're going to work with. Go into TMG and load driven, which will give you your wrist one now. And you want to change your wrist one to 2, because TMG is 2 in this case. And I think you can only do 2. You could do 3 if you wanted to, but I just thought 1 and 2 easy enough to differentiate between. So so that's the J wrist set to 2. Now if you go into this little box again, and yeah, that's already set to 2, so that's good. So if we key that, that will now should move the clip there with that. Let's put it back to normal, don't mess around with it. Now you need to go back and put it to 0, so 0 it, then go back to the little box and 0 TMG out as well, like that. Key it. So now when you move the hand, once you've zeroed it, it's not meant to move that. See, this is what I mean. Sometimes it can be a bit of a bitch. And that's why it's being a bitch, because I haven't clicked that one. I clicked the wrong one. So see, 0 that. Now, it doesn't move nothing. But if I change, just making sure if I change it back to 2, it works. Yeah, it does look like it works because it moved. There you go. So that moves beautifully like that. I'm just going to sort of try and line it back up as best I possibly can. Okay, so now if I go back onto this, change that to 0, it will now no longer move anything. See? Right, so now we take the TMG and go to grab clip. But don't forget we've done this one. So we now want to go up to this one, which is now zeroed. You want to also make sure TMG is zeroed out, and that's all that's zeroed out, and make sure that's on 0 when you go on to the next one, which is this one up here, because it's going to now go on to the grab clip one. So now you want to load the driven again, because you've gone to a different parent constraint. So it now needs to say clip controller, so you're now using this one. And then go to, well, might as well, considering they're both set to 0, might as well key 0 first. So hit that, and then go back up to this one, and it's made it go to a nice little colour there. Go to 1, enter, and then go back to this one. Oops. 1, enter, then key it. And now, with that, like that, it doesn't move nothing, which is good in a weird way, I think, because I think we need to, yeah, grab clip needs to be set to 1, but also so does that needs to be set to 1. See, sometimes you make silly little mistakes. It does take a lot of getting used to, and there you go, that moves that. So technically now, if I go back to this, 0 won't move nothing. See, on both sides it won't move nothing. Now if I go back to TMG and put 2, TMG will move the tag clip. So basically all you would do is sort of put this back on for 1. You would go to actually get it so it works, where that's on 2, and you've already got that in. You would move sort of this to the hand, but you'd make sure the hand's quite close to the clip first, so you would sort of, well, don't do that for 1, sort of trying to get it so it connect it, and it's such a pain in the ass to do. There you go, sort of put that more or less in line with the other one. And usually with stuff like this, you would S it and sort of keyframe it, bring your hand in. Well, you wouldn't bring your hand in, you would actually go to 0 before you do this. So let's close this, you don't need this anymore. So you'd go onto this really, and cancel out TMG, and then bring that in like that and across. So obviously you would animate from the idle position to here, and then so from there, and then you would go to the next frame. So let's go back into this. So let's go into TMG. So obviously we're not animating it or picking it up here, are we? So we're going to S that there so it's not picking it up. Go to 2, change it to 2, and sort of S that so it picks up the clip. But the great thing about this bit is if I do this and select, okay, well, whatever. So it hits there, and of course it doesn't automatically select it, so you need to sort of bring it back to the clip and sort of line it up. Don't know why it does that, but it's not hard to line up if you haven't moved it. And sort of S that. So now what would happen is you've done that. Of course sometimes it does that, which is really annoying, but yeah, whatever. You won't notice it much. And then have like, don't know, that sort of. Actually, let's go to 0. Would that actually? Yeah. So moving that, as soon as you start moving this when you're on that, it won't move the clip with it. So you've done basically what you want to do, messing around with it. So if I wanted to go back into it and make it so it rose up. So let's say it's on TMG now, which should be that one. So if I copy that and put that to, I don't know, say 8, just for the sake of it, and delete that. And now say I went, okay, let's also select that because I moved that and keyframe that, and that's the reason it's having a hissy fit, because that should be, yeah, that's keyframe there as well, see? So if I go that and move that to 8 as well, and delete that, okay. I see what it's done there. Wait a minute. 0, enter, and S that there as well. There you go. So now it has hit 8, or should hit 8. Sort of 0 that as well. Enter, S. So now when it hits 8, it should, well, I think when it hits 8, it's in the perfect position, and you just literally move the hand. Yep. So let's, for sud's sake, move this out the way, sort of rotate it upwards. Just pretend this looks good. It doesn't, but just pretend it does. Yeah. S that there, and now what we're going to do, sort of bring this up like that. In a real one, I would not do this. Oh shit! Control said that. That's going to S that, and I'm going to go all the way to 8, or here. S that, sort of bring it up, rotate it sidewards, like that, and then in this perspective I would bring this back, rotate it around to the hand to the best of my ability. I don't know why I'm actually doing this, because you probably all know how to do this, but I'm using it as an example. I really should have pre-done this. Yep, S that there, that'd be fine. Now what would happen is pretend that, yeah, see, so now that actually comes out into the hand on 8. So now if I took this, ball it downwards, but obviously keep it aligned up with the clip. So did that, went to 10, sort of aligned it downwards, across, and S that, so there we go. So it goes like that, brings it down, and just go to like, let's go to let's go to 60, and yeah, like that, and go to like, I don't know, 26, sort of rotate it, sort of smash it that way somewhere, that, bring it in slightly, S that, and now basically what would happen is do that, brings that out like that, and now that would be the last one we would do. So what I'd do is I would go to the little thingy, go onto this, go back one, S that, go to here, and then change that to 0. Yes, I know it just goes back to the thingy, S that, and then go to grab clip, and sort of go one forward, grab that, and sort of 1, get it to do that. So basically it got that, but of course it won't do that if I remove that frame. So kind of like that, bang, and it automatically hit to that frame there, and then you would just mess around with this, get that back in the hand. Let's move the hand around a little. So let's put the hand up like that, move that up like that, and S that there, sort of take that now, bring that down, S. So basically from here to there, take that, snap that downwards like that, and then sort of go to this frame, and we'll do it very quickly now. Go like that, in a real one I would do, well, I will actually animate this gun I think, because I've gone this far to do it, so I might as well sort of get it to go in like that, and push S on that. Now, I know that's not the best reload you've ever seen in your life, but okay, actually I'm going to get it to go down like that. Don't even know why I'm doing this. And go to 8. Get it to sort of snap up. Yes, there you go, that'll do. So, kind of, boom, boom. Doesn't look the best reload in the world, but some people have seen how I've actually reloaded a couple of guns, and it is alright, I suppose. So if I click on this little box now, and sort of copy that, I'm going to cheat, just for this sake, put that in, and then on F5, or 56, I'll paste that back. Whoops. See, always remember to do that. That's one thing that I should have mentioned to say. When you're finished with it, push S on that, because obviously that's where the clip goes in. Go across 1 and put it to 0. And if it does move rapidly, like I said it might do, you want to try and get the hand Just sort of follow it like that. So you don't see much. You just like boom. But like I said, it's only a thingy one. But now, when you move your hand, that won't be attached to it. So if I go to 58, like I said I was going to go, and paste that back there. Yes, I know it looks shit, and I really wish I did make it look better. But yeah. So that goes back there, and if I select that, yeah, that goes to there. With that little box. If I go put that to 58 as well. So basically, little quick frames. See, and you always get little problems like this. That's why you do this. When the clip actually goes into it, it is about there. So if I paste that there, like that, so when the clip actually goes in, it stays in the right spot, and there you go. That's basically how you do it. Sorry for taking so much of your time, it's like 30 minutes, but I wanted to do sort of a demonstration as well. Please, well, comment, rate, subscribe if you wish. If not, I don't mind. Just thought I'd share it anyway. Yeah, so I shall speak to you in another tutorial, which I'm pretty sure will come soon. So, thank you for watching. Peace.